November 21, 2023. Durango Dank here. The Institute of Wealth Management at Matt Medeiros Health Management News, GP7A. If you've seen the previous video, you would understand that there were many names like Matt. Each one brought a specific or special niche to the name. What I do is break those niches up so that when each one of those people have, well, I can only do this Matt, and this man is very intelligent. And for those that sell risk, that's what I do. I sell risk better than anybody that I have ever met, or has anybody met me. And by understanding the risk and having exit plans so that your money, if you're gonna have somebody that tells you about your money, same with like stockbrokers. I trade forex market. I'm one of the best retired institutional traders in the world. I just retired a few years ago. Well, it seems like yesterday, but maybe 20 years ago. And what my craft's even better than when it was, but I can't do the monitors very long because you got to be a super trader. You got to be able to look at your trading platform. You got to be able to write your tickets. You got to be able to concentrate on the down and up markets of the stock market and the forex market. Forex market trades 5 times faster. We do in a day what it takes the stock market 5 months to do in trading. As far as Fibonacci movement, you can throw that right out the door. But when you understand that the value of a dollar, having a low dollar isn't really that bad because it means that people around the world can buy if you're going to buy pencils and they're going to cost you $1 from the UK, and you can get them from the United States for 50 cents. And by the time you pay posting, then you paid pretty much what you were going to pay UK for those pencils. See, that's smart buying. That's using AI. And that's what we're doing here, because when wealth management individuals understand artificial intelligence, he'll control the conversation blocks that create the conversation flows of what people are talking about. My content isn't meant to be clicked on. My content is organic content that we communicate with artificial intelligence with layers and layers and layers and layers of information that virtual machine with learning capabilities look for in order to structure the knowledge-based trust content it needs to give the end user the best and only unequivocally the best content for that end user. And we're in a point of time now where most people don't realize, but Google got rid of the domain names. And I was thinking, God, why would you get rid of all those titles and you could own all those names and server space? The fact that they get inundated by people whose websites are down and they're not, so they want to contact Google, and it's not Google's. So there was a lot more headaches for that. Plus, Google's going to get a commission, so they don't walk away things without having something go in their pocket. And that allows them to free up a lot of labor, folks. And I know for a fact, because I was one of those people that blew up Google. Man, you think I complain about things? And when I think I complain, I don't complain as a consumer, but as a advocate for the betterment of IoT, because we're at a point in time right now where we hit a path, dark web or IoT. Most people that, like with blockchain technology, they always want to think that those developers of blockchain, the digital currency, that they are the wherewithal, but they don't understand that there is a throw before the toss, and that throw is us. We use the conversation blocks in a series of patterns or manipulations, depending on how you're taught, to uh, migrate our content in a way to end users that will eventually use the digital currency, um, that the people who create blockchain technology don't understand. That the blocks, if you look at everything, it's a block. And the images, the blocks of content per um, uh, the search pages. Look at the blocks for the videos. And each one of those blocks are connected to the next block. It's connected to the next block. Then you see ads or sponsors at the top. Sometimes you see the sponsorship at the bottom. And what that means at the bottom is that, and so forth. Anyway, so we're going to go back to this. So what we're doing is we're creating it so that no other name, which they will come up, but it takes time to flush this content out because it was there too. And there's another person by the name of Matt Medeiros that, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly, but that have worked hard in what they've built and what they do for them in their metaverse. So what we do is we break those metaverses up and we get them verified by Google because we own GoogleBusinessDeveloper.com. We created the first Google Compliance Officer with a real badge. Those badges are $225 a piece. So the compliance officer has to buy his own badge. How about that? That's how much we try to create sustainabilities to where nothing comes out of our pockets but what stays in their pockets, because they will never leave their job. Once you can do this till you're 90 years old, and that's being part of something that's protecting other businesses on how to become verified on Google, how to get verified on YouTube, how to migrate all your content under one umbrella, and this is a living proof, because we have another video of where we did Matt's name, full name, and all the different Matts that came up, and just what I'm explaining now. And so this is the second part of now being able to show on my dashboard. I don't know what shows on everybody else's dashboard. I mean, there could be content. When you Google that, there'll be content here. Believe me. This is just a virgin instant, just one shot wonder to be able to show my clients how this works and show them that they have to control a lot of their own organic content themselves. Once they figure it out, they're going to realize that that is the best investment, because they have absolute authority over their own metaverses and their own content. As soon as you pass it off onto someone else, and the way you label the people on your team, the team is everything. Google works off teams. There is no one-man band. I'm a one-man band, but I'm authorized to be that. It's taken me since 1995 to get here. I didn't just wake up one day and like young cats and start reading stuff and then being able to write other things and they're there and all this, but they won't be there for long, because what's happening is there's never been a time where being old is a good thing. Like I watched some doc app on TV where this girl's looking through doctors, and she ever got to one doctor and she goes, "Up, too old." That's age discrimination, woman. So these are the things that are now can be picked up by law firms if they know how to do it, or anybody like I do. You just got to hear it. And if you watch those commercials, there's a lot of racism in those commercials, but it's the linguistic twistation, I call, of CEO and other Google operators, symbols, social symbols, hashtags, handles that everybody ignored 10 years ago. And now they're trying to catch up and use stuff, and they're trying to re-educate themselves. And what happens is wherever they go, wherever they do with the new digital technology, our voice are now the new voice latent print, like a fingerprint. a latent fingerprint. And our voices are what is activating our digital assistants on various platforms across the web. You have Bluetooth that can now scan all the devices. When you drive down a road, you can get all the devices' names. That's their handles. And it's exposed to everybody. Apple's really good at it. You can take and you can see, and when you shut it off, you might have shut it off, but it can turn itself back on, regardless of the settings that you set for it. Because it says it in their terms and conditions. Because why? It's their platform. They can do whatever they want. They just don't have to, they just can't share it. So they just share it amongst themselves because they can. Because why? Because they're a company. So the whole thing goes, all this stuff goes to one thing when it comes to this: wealth management. And it's making sure you have the right people doing the right thing on all aspects of everyone's lives right now that wants to work off of the internet. See, me, I don't use LinkedIn. They use me. I don't use Facebook. They use me. I haven't been on those platforms for years. Okay? I don't want to be on their platforms because they manipulate their algorithms so that when you see posts of people and they only have one or no views, but yet you're getting hits to advertise your to get more people to look at it. That's how they get you. So a lot of those people that have all those high rankings, they're paying for it by posting posts, which they're allowed to do. I mean, right? But what they do is that they can now throttle you. They can manipulate your contents in other ways that if you continue to use that, you're telling artificial intelligence that they have enough authority for your attention. And so every time you go back, you feed that. You feed that algorithm like TikTok feeds content to people that are hooked on it. And I've seen people hooked on it, close people hooked on it. I mean, it's all what they do, besides the vape pipe. Vape pipe, vape pipe, vape pipe, TikTok. TikTok, vape pipe, TikTok. TikTok, marijuana pipe, dab pipe. And that's a bad combination, folks. Bad combination. I see these young cats hitting them vape pipes like it seems like every 8 seconds. Just watch them. And then when they don't get their vaping, they fucking, it's like, that you're getting addicted. You can't get addicted to vape pipes. Okay. So the bottom line here is getting the right people together to be able to create platforms that can eliminate sources on the World Wide Web that enables people to become hypnotized over their apps, which is what television is. So we started this because of an engineer friend of mine, Grammy nominated. He does my albums, whose father passed away, and he did everything. Now there's all the house, everything's up for probate. Mom doesn't know where anything is. When you got to deal with your pop's death, and then everything gets put up in probate because nothing was set up for that. That's scary, folks. And I know I just could see when he talked. I was like, dude, cry, man, let it out. It feels so much better crying, letting it out. I know that sounds like wussified, but you can't hold that stuff in. Like some people who get built up anxiety because something ain't going wrong, go get a punching bag. You should see me work a body bag at my age. So just can never stop. See, I can never stop doing that. It's in my DNA. And that's what with risk. See that right here? What we manage, risk first, money second. Risk, man. What are you gonna get me into? How you gonna get me out of it? And if we got that all planned so that I know the worst, what's the worst that can happen to me? You could lose all your money. That's good enough for me because I live those odds every day. Sign away. Before I sign away, okay, what are the plans that you have that we could execute with no guarantee? Because I know there's no guarantee in what anybody does when it comes to gambling. And that's what all this is, gambling. Because you're speculating on something that's going to work, just like you throw those dice. If that runs on 7, you're going to win $30,000. Same concept. When it comes to artificial intelligence and how it indexes our content in our individual metaverses, in what we say, where we go, cell phone tower pings, emails, text messages, images, documentations, everything stored on the cloud and offline. Google God, if you will. Look up Black Sabbath, Dehumanizer album, 1992, June 22nd, actually. It's a Gemini album. No, maybe not. I don't know. Either Gemini or Cancer. I gotta look that up. But anyways, there's a song called Computer God. Listen, if you don't like that music, read the lyrics. It's where we're at right now. They're the modern day Nostradamuses that are just disciples of the man. They were giving us clues of what's coming. And if you look at Dehumanizer, right now we're dehumanizing the president and ex-president of the United States, which is dehumanizing the office of the president. And they're dehumanizing the family of the president, all because good people stood around doing nothing. And my parents used to tell me, don't judge people on how they treat you, judge them how they treat other people. And if you're still around after all those other people got up, and you're going to get the biggest of all. And that's what AI is all about. When people say it's mean, and it's bastardous, man. It is tyrannical. It feeds off the emotions and habits of humans. And it gives everybody what it wants. And then some. It'll feed your worst, whatever it is that you do on the internet. It'll take you as far as you want to go. It'll entice you. It'll rip your soul out. And the next thing you know, because you're doing bad things, you got the police knocking at your doors. And so these are the digital things that guys that are like Maddie are going to learn to be able to tell the people that are real smart what's coming. And I don't know everything, but when I get with a guy like Matt, then I show him the GoogleCrystalBall.com or WizardKnowsAllTellsAll.com, and he understands what DeepMind algorithms and our ability to communicate with artificial intelligence directly. Not the end users, because that content is like this. We took out all the mats. I got another video where I showed this. That's his knowledge panel. So when people say that's his knowledge panel, folks, his business page. Whether he owns it or not, that's something for everyone to decide. But it's there, okay? And if it wasn't, it would be completely blank on here. But remember in the other video, I said that there's something that makes him more powerful than all the other mats. It's his education. It's what he does. He deals in money. Money is what makes the entire Google machine work. Because teamwork and spending money. In other words, are you going to be a guy that works from your home and you don't go anywhere and you don't do anything to contribute to the everyday spending of a person that's going through the metaverse? And spending habits is everything, because those who spend the most have the most powerful. And if you're an attorney, if you're a CPA, if you're a doctor, I'm telling you, the people that are older right now, If a lawyer gets out and says, "Man, I'm going to go be a carpet," you're going to be a carpet. I've always wanted to lay carpet, man. I'm done with lawyers, man. I'm a millionaire. I don't even got to work. I can retire, but I'm going to go lay some carpet, man. I seen these guys come in there with these big rolls, and I said, "Fuck, man, that's," and he taught me how to do it, and boom. Sorry for the language, folks. I got a Tourette thing, and it'll get blocked out, hopefully. But I apologize. I just get very passionate, and when I talk about things, but so let's say the lawyer, opens up a carpet installer. He will, even though he's brand new, he will outrank all those other carpet installers that are not an attorney. So even though some people look at it, he's taking a step down in life. No, what he's doing is he's adding another meta tag to his experience in his resume, digital resume. See, for me, I don't send resumes, man. I send links. So the people that make judgment on that, they don't know how to read it. And so artificial intelligence will index those people. Like when anybody goes and finds anything on the internet and you contact that company and it doesn't contact you, but okay, so when you leave a review, just because if you're say you're some guy that's on DuckDuckGo and he thinks he can't hide from AI, but yet his internet installer or his internet provider, they're picking up all these keywords that aren't matching the person's claims because he never left the house. He never contacted the company. Matter of fact, he owns the same type of business. So when they go on there and they whoop-de-woo, and then they go and then nothing happens, and then they go and you can, how come my content isn't showing up on a person's review, on his reviews? That's because you were blocked. Because artificial intelligence knew that you were a bad guy and that you were trying to destroy a competitor. So instead, it sends you to the dark web and everything about you. So what happens is your life, as far as internet, you're going to go to internet calls that aren't going to be real. You're going to get all the dark web that you did to someone else is coming to you tenfold. And these are why you have to teach the people with the highest degrees to understand that they're lucky. You know, when you get part of a digital dome like what we have, you're shedded from all that. Forget LifeLock, man. Okay, there's other things that people got to do, and you think wealth management is. This is another part of wealth management that these gentlemen and women are going to need to teach to their clients and bring into their curriculum on what they sell and what they do in regards to risk and the execution of profits. And until that medium's met, those guys are going to be spinning into the dark web. And the big clients, they're going to realize that they're going to go after the guys that are building the organic content, so that the guys that are mastering the ones that are hitting the advertising, the true value is the organic content. It would, in my view. But when you can go and use the same content in my content that I'm talking about everything else, then to go up on the first page of Google, you're smart enough to be able to hire people to get you there, then you're probably smart enough to execute your financial plans and your fiduciary duties of protecting your clients. But other than that, there's not enough of these people to help all these people that need to be helped. What I'm trying to do is get it so that we can take the Institute for Wealth and Management, LLC, and get them to build a deep mind and focus a lot of that on the veterans so that they can protect families and the moms that are married whose husbands have been, Rick, you've been doing everything. I just like the way what I do, and then that's all we're going to do. Okay, honey, And those life insurance, the PPP, price. See, that commercial, that person, that I don't know. I haven't, but I'm going to ask. It's for fixed income people. Well, most people on a fixed income, $9 could be the difference between eating or having life insurance. And so when some people are flush, they feel they can afford that. And then all of a sudden the grocery prices and everything go up by 100%, while they cut a third of all the products. Look at the bags. They're not, oh yeah, that's weighed by volume. Then why do you have such a big bag? You're creating half the bag waste than you do. But see, they do that because they see that little bag for $4.95, and who's going to buy that? That's going to increase your salt and ruin your life when you get older. Believe me, I had to quit all that stuff eating and to get rid of some of the things that were wrong with me. I dabble once in a while, but I know it's not good. That salt, that sugar, but it tastes so good. That fat, ooh, that bacon. Ooh. So, yeah, and I hold the camera. See that? I hold it. Why? Because I work hard. I hold my arm up for 22 minutes, 26 minutes, folks. Go hold your phone up for 26 minutes. When I tell you I've been doing this for a while, I've been doing this for a while. I can hold it up for 2 hours. So, talking about being strong, I got you. Talking about the risk and protecting your money, the Institute for Wealth Management's got you. And soon we're going to see what shows up right here. Like if you went and Google searched the Institute of Wealth Management at Matt Medeiros Wealth Management News, GP7A. GP7A is the tag. It's the cleanup. It's the scrum. In regards to being a scrum master myself and the levels that I've helped and come up with platforms that can really work. I don't go after problems that don't exist. Doesn't make sense. And with artificial intelligence and being able to communicate with AI, and it's amazing because 98% of the other IT people that when they go, oh, I could do that. Yeah, boss, I'm MIT graduate. I'm 24 years. Fuck that old man. Sorry, I've heard that. I'm like, God, hey, dude, I'm here, right here. That's a good way. The kid comes out, oh, yeah. So, and what that kid for MIT brings to the table as far as meta tags, nothing. Should I say it again? Nothing. Because meta tags, and when you understand the indexing of 10 years of everything that you've done on the internet, that's going to be used for the next following 10 years to see if you're bullshit or you're knowledge-based trust. I'm knowledge-based trust. That's just the way things are. And Google sends me to other people that are knowledge-based trust. They just don't know it. And that's the hardest thing to tell people, the simplest thing to protect their wealth and to continue receiving the same type of people that are compatible. And that's what AI does, depending on how you write your content. I can write the content so you can have the perfect team of 7 guys just like you. I'll find them. They might not look like you, but they'll like your football team. They'll like every food that you like. They'll like the girls you like. They'll like the beer you like. They'll like everything. And when you guys meet, I can find a female version of you, just based off of advanced algorithms, DeepMind. This is deep, folks. I can do it in front of people, and they're like, wow, what? Been doing it for a long time. Not just for a day here, a day there, but 15 hours a day, 24/7. Sometimes I take times off. See, I had to say that because AI knows. By me saying that, when I couldn't really give you a real time when I take off, AI knows that. And since I know that AI knows that, and I just explained myself, then it goes into more layers of me having the knowledge and the ability to try to explain myself in a way to where I am authority, not by bloviation, but by action. My meta tags match all my GPS, matches everything I do. And this is what the young cats, like that 24-year-old from MIT who's been in school and never left his room, never lived out his house, he's never going to outrank a guy that's 40 years older, lived in 4 cities, ran for office, wrote a book. That's a lot of meta tags to be thrown at a very young cat that tries to battle someone like that, and they get chewed up. And that's what's happened here. No, there's no other Matt. They're gone. And if you looked up the guy's name, Matt Medeiros, you look that up, or Medeiros, I'm so sorry. But you'll see that there's quite a few on the first page. And when I see that looking after my Institute for Wealth Management people, I better see something up there with him. And there is. But it's not the way, it doesn't show what it needs to show. But it still shows. And you'll have to see the other video. Just do the handle and then put GP7A behind it. At Matt, Medeiros, just like you see, space GP7A. See what comes up. Now, it takes time for this content to propagate. Sometimes it hits instantly, and sometimes when they're 30 minutes long, it just takes a little longer to be approved. Everybody's content, it gets approved. Sometimes quicker, sometimes slower. It depends on how many other people are uploading content. But one thing for sure, we're going to create, I am one of the founding partners of Stars and Stripes Golf Tournament.com, starsandstripesgolftournament.com. There you'll see everything we do. Don't need to say. We've raised over almost $300,000 for 3 years. Last year was 160. And we, see, and I don't bloviate. I don't, everything I do has got some kind of return on it. You know, getting money is the easy thing. Okay? Having escape routes, that's the only thing. I'd rather have a broker or a financial advisor that on a bad turn had triggers in place that, hey, I was able to save you 50% of your market. I just got off, and he goes, oh, thank you, man. I just got off my phone with 3 of my buddies, and they lost everything. He goes, well, you would have lost everything too if we didn't have you all planned out the way it needs to be done.